American History Podcast. Check it out. School by day, American History Podcast by night. Due to COVID-19 and other restrictions, this episode of American History Podcast was filmed via Zoom. Good to have you here, Mr. President. Pleasure to be here. So, let's go ahead and get right into this much anticipated conversation, shall we? Let's begin. So, you obviously had seen your relative Teddy run and win for president. So, why did you think America needs another Roosevelt in the Oval Office? I wanted to help Americans regain faith in their country, but more importantly, regain faith in themselves. So, would you say that you ran to give America faith again? I feel like you are referencing something that I am unfamiliar with. Oh, my bad, Mr. President. Anyway, let's talk about your childhood. So, you were born in New York to wealthy parents, correct? That is correct. I was extremely fortunate. And then you went to Columbia Law School. I did that for about 2 years until I left because I passed the bar exam to practice law. So, now that we've got your early life events out of the way, let's move on to some of your more important life events. So, obviously, you were elected president in 1933. What is another life event that rivals that? The two notable events in my personal life are March the 17th in 1905, I got married to Eleanor Roosevelt, and November 7th, 1909, Eleanor and I had to endure the death of my infant son Franklin Jr. Franklin Jr. was actually born the day after my 4th anniversary on March 18th, 1909. Oh, sorry for your loss, Mr. President. So, let's go ahead and move on to your career a little bit. So, haters, like Father Coolgan, or however you say it, they are preying on your downfall. What do you have to say to those haters? Our brave American troops are fighting a war in Europe because of Germany's inhumane treatment of the Jewish population. Father Coolgan is openly anti-Semitic. He is similar to Hitler. He blames Jews for the Great Depression. He gets 40 million listeners a week, which is not good. I think it is important to restore respect and professionalism to the media. If only you lived in 2020. What was that? Nothing. Anyway, explain to everyone watching this, what is the deal with the New Deal? The New Deal reforms America to give relief and recovery to the people affected by the Depression. Well, it was great talking to you, Mr. President, but I think that is about all the time that we actually have on this episode. So before we go, though, what is one piece of advice that you would give people watching this in 2020? The only thing... That's too cliche. Give something else. If something fails, admit it. Try something else, but whatever you do, do something.